today on Destination Polaris. You want a new ride? We got a ton of them.
They brought Rangers, Polaris Ace, Sportsmans, they brought it all.
We're in Utah for Polaris's biggest launch in 60 years.
It is a record, and that's why we knew that this had to be an epic event.
An epic event that included the storm of the century.
Yeah, then it started seeing the real news, and yeah, it was bad.
Hold on for the ride. Destination Polaris starts right now. Welcome to Destination Polaris. We are in southern Utah at the Coral Pink Sand Dunes. We have brand new machines, plenty of sunshine. This is going to be one epic day.
This year is Polaris's 60th anniversary, and Polaris likes to go out with a bang. And so what they're doing is they're putting on this great event with all of their new product release. And this product release has been the biggest product release in their industry.
Yeah, we pretty much do have everything here. We have Razors, we have Sportsmans, we have Polaris Ace, we have Ranger, you name it.
When it's a big event like this, you need a ton of places to ride, and that's what they've got going on here in southern Utah. So here's the game plan over the next couple of days. Polaris invited off-road editors from all over the country to test the new machines. They've set up base camp near Zion National Park. You can't ride in the park, but outside the fences, it's game on.
Utah is super off-road friendly. It's been very, very easy to work with all the different locations, which is not always the case. Just being able to have that diverse terrain and also have people that really want to work with you and are pro off-road riding really made this event much easier than it could have been.
But this trip for Destination Polaris almost didn't happen. On the drive from Vegas to Zion, we ran into one of the nastiest flash floods Nevada has ever seen, and we were in the eye of the storm.
And when I got that first text that said, hey, you know, there's a traffic jam, and then Destination Polaris called me and said, hey, we're in a flood, that's when I knew things were bad.
It was going bad real fast. In just minutes, water was literally up to the side of our door, cars floating by.
So I didn't know in the news that this storm was as bad as it was, and I started seeing cars floating down interstates, and Jared sent me a picture of a car floating, and I'm like, crap, we're in trouble.
It was probably like an hour before the water finally dropped and we made it to higher ground. Check it out, there's my photog Josh, chilling on the homepage of the local Vegas news. The freeway in front of us collapsed.
To see like whole interstates and roads underwater was kind of crazy. Like, at first I didn't really believe it. Like, I was like, yeah, whatever, Jared, you're just full of it.
Well, believe me now, Donna? So that's how this trip got started. Good thing for us, it's not how it ended. We made it to Utah a day late, but in plenty of time to test out some new rides.
For this event, we brought our brand new Razor S900. That machine is particularly oriented for applications just like this one is. And that's also a multi-application type of product. So it's the kind of machine you'd want to have here and then roll it 40 miles away and go do some high desert riding, and then roll it 40 miles away from there and do some wide open trail riding too.
Today I really want to get up into some nice sized bowls, really test this machine out, see how it handles the sand trails, going up the dunes, how the power works, and especially test out this new low range.
We're really excited about the 900s that we brought out this year. And they really complete the second complete generation of Razor That's the first time that's been done. It's the second full generation of sport products.
Only one word to describe this experience. Wow.
This place is amazing. I wish I could stay here for a week. Ton of fun, and this is the right machine to do it in.
Absolute blast. You know, I'm not usually a dune guy, but these things make it so easy and so fun. It's an incredible ride for sure.
Still to come, we head to the Zion Ponderosa Ranch. We've got more riding, more machines, and a whole lot more fun. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Think easier, think Progressive. And by Dragon Fire Racing. Feel the heat.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We've made it to the third of our 3 locations, Zion Ponderosa Ranch, where the view from up here is, well, see for yourself.
Oh man, we couldn't have asked for anything better out here.
Zion Ponderosa Ranch is awesome. I have actually been out here a couple times to scout this location. It's right next to Zion National Park, which is absolutely incredibly beautiful. It's just an incredible area. You can do so much here.
40 miles in either direction. You can go from trail to high desert to dunes, all in the same day if that's what you want. So it offers a great amount of flexibility.
No dunes here at the ranch, so the Razors, they're gonna take a break today while the Rangers and ATVs get a workout.
Well, what we're going to do now is take the 2015 Polaris out for a little test drive on the ranch here. And what we have is a Ranger 570 in the full-size chassis, Sportsman 570 ATV, and the new 570 Ace, a single-seat machine.
The ranch offers us a myriad of opportunities to show off different things. So we've got our brand new Rangers out there, our 570 2-passenger and our 570 full-size 3-passengers. Going on a beautiful overlook out to this, over the top of all of Zion National Forest. It's beautiful out there. We also have our brand new Ace 570, which is a more performance heart of the market version of our single seat Ace product out there. Brand new to the marketplace just this year, and it's a great opportunity to get real tight and real twisty with a brand new type of ride.
This particular location was definitely meant to showcase some of the features of the Ranger as well as the Ace. We actually got out on the Ranger earlier today, and man, that thing is a hoot. If I were to design more technical, tight trails, they wouldn't be this good. These trails out here are just custom made for the narrow vehicle. ATV trails are just killer. We got into some crazy stuff that, I mean, we were just scraping on either side, and it was incredible. Just super technical. The EPS definitely came into play today, making some of those tight cutbacks and switches.
When you have this many machines to ride and test, you'll want to get your hands on everything.
Scrambler is an absolute beast. I personally have one of those right now, and it's the ultimate thrill ride. I mean, you better get on, hang on, and be ready.
I think they maintain the same geometry and the same suspension. Everything is the same, except the power. I only got full throttle a couple of times on the thing because I didn't really need any more. And it's just a billy goat. We had a trail that was picked out specifically for the Ace. Technical trail. Really narrow, the lead into it, just tight trees, switchbacks all over the place. It was incredible, and just, you know, powering out of the corners, you definitely saw that extra horsepower.
The reaction has been incredible because they have so many different photos that they can choose from with so many different types of backgrounds, and it's beautiful here. I mean, what more can you say?
We got to ride in the dunes. We got to ride some really awesome technical trails out at Hog Canyon. We got to ride out here at the Zion Ponderosa Ranch, which was incredible as well. It really shows the diversity of the Polaris lineup, that you can take these vehicles and put them on any kind of terrain and they'll shine.
Stick around because coming up next, we take the new Polaris Ace out on the track to do a little racing, and we visit a little-known ghost town in Nevada. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is brought to you by Super ATV, your trusted source for high-quality off-road parts and accessories.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. Indianapolis is known for the Indy 500, but it's also known for one killer Ironman off-road race.
Welcome to our Ace exhibition race here at the Ironman GNCC, my friends.
The racing capital of the world is hosting today's GNCC Ironman competition.
I didn't come all the way out here to Indiana just to drive this thing around, so we're going to be putting them pedal to the metal for sure.
While the race heats up on the track, off the track, fans got a chance to take the new Polaris Ace for a spin.
I've never ridden one. I want to know what they're all about. Test it out, see what they're like.
Pretty much a go-kart on steroids.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's like having a car and a four-wheeler, or a Jeep and a four-wheeler.
I haven't had that much fun in something like that since it was go-karts and I was 10 years old.
Oh, it was great. It handled excellent.
I was surprised by the suspension that it had. It had a very soft, very nimble suspension.
These things are unbelievable.
And it wasn't just the fans that got to spin the tires. Polaris invited ATV editors from across the country to race the new single-seater. And boy, did we find out quickly, these guys mean business. Their game faces were on, and so was the trash talk.
I think it's probably going to be a bloodbath. It's anybody's game. It's going to definitely be some smack talking, and it should be pretty exciting out there.
We've all been talking smack. Everybody thinks they're going to win.
We're going to be taking these 570s and really seeing who the top dog is.
The stage is set. History once again about to be made as the first ever Ace race in history is about to take place right here at the Ironman GNCC.
We lined up out there, old cornfield, corn husks everywhere. 9 wide, and we're out there, and it's pretty intense because they do a dead engine start. So I've never done that before. So it was turn the key on, get ready, and as soon as he dropped the flag, then you start the car and go.
10 seconds for our first ever Polaris Ace race here at this Ironman GNCC.
Actually, I was really surprised, the stability of the Ace. We were all funneling down into that first turn, and I thought for sure, you know, everything would be tippy, but we all funneled, negotiated that first turn, got through the second turn, and then it was on to the track stuff. Got some good jumps in there.
The Ace got a good start. It was plenty of power for the woods because you don't go wide open in the woods. You gotta needle in through the trees, so it's good to have some good kind of medium power, and the Ace had all that.
As soon as we went in the woods, those guys started bouncing off one another in the trees out there, and so by the end of the first lap, I worked my way up through the trees and moved into second. It was a really tight technical course, and you know, the Ace handled really well in the woods. It was just a lot of fun. While
this race may not be as fast as the Indy 500, boy, did the media put on a show for the fans, and it was the highlight of the series.
It was great to be a part of the first ever Ace race. There was a lot of carnage, a lot of bumping and grinding. I got the whole shot, so I just drove smooth as I could. Some tried to pass but couldn't get around me, and came around with the 2 laps and got the checkers.
It was awesome. Being a GNCC racer at heart, doing this for years, to come back here and be the first involved in an ACE race, it was a great experience.
It was pretty cool. I think it's a great machine. It's a good entry-level machine for people who just start riding, and quite honestly, for something like that with somebody with more experience, it's still a lot of fun.
I didn't win, but we were out here. I mean, it was an amazing day. Can't thank Polaris enough for putting on such a great event. You know, we tried hard for them. We did everything we could, and I really had a great time.
Stick around, because coming up next, Jared heads to Nevada to terrorize some ghosts. I think that's possible. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is brought to you by Maui Jim Sunglasses, the fastest growing premium polarized sunglass maker in the world.
Welcome back to DP. So far today we've been to Utah and Indy, and now we're off to Nevada, where your luck of finding a ghost town is way easier than any card table on the strip. Do you know what I'm going to ask you right now? Where are we going? What are we doing?
We're going to an old gold mining town called Pine Grove. Say back in the 1860s, gold was discovered there. Did you bring your gold pan?
I brought my helmet.
Not going to work too well.
Pine Grove, Nevada is just one of those little tiny places that's more of a locals kind of thing. It's located in western Nevada, a couple of hours south of Lake Tahoe.
Just having a destination to go to makes cruising around on a side-by-side even more fun. Exploring gets me going. I mean, I like to go to a destination and find somewhere new, especially when there's not a lot of people around. Pine Grove has some history to it. It's an old gold mining town.
Old mining towns like Pine Grove are all over Nevada. You just have to know where to find them. From where we unloaded to the town of Pine Grove wasn't that far or hard to get to, maybe under an hour. So this trip isn't about the trail, it's more about what you can see once you get there.
Back in the 1860s, gold was discovered there. Had a little bit of a boom going on.
Hey John, there's no gold here.
This whole thing is a stamp mill. It's used to crush the ore so they can sort out the gold from the dirt and rock.
I always like it when they had this stamped on here. Joshua Indy, Ironworks, San Francisco, California.
Can you imagine getting this thing here from San Francisco back in the day?
Just threw it right on the razor, right?
I'm sure this is a couple pounds.
Got up to 600 people, 5 saloons, 3 hotels, post office, Wells Fargo. Pretty happening spot.
Did you guys bring your number 2 pencils and everything like that? Your Scantrons if you're going to school?
I don't think there was any Scantrons back then.
Oh, John was here. You graffitied this place already there.
It's another John.
Or maybe Juan.
That was me in my Spanish era.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was a bilingual school.
Most of the ghost towns are just rubbish now, and out there you could actually see the schoolhouse, and it was neat to kind of remember, you know, what was out there.
How long do I have to stand in the corner?
There's tortillas, there's turkey, there's ham, there's cheese.
We bring Dave along for one reason and one reason only. He always brings lunch. Now I know why we brought the Ranger, for sure. This is a white tablecloth kind of place. This is how we do it. We spare no expense on this budget.
And the ham's a great value.
What did they do at high noon?
Took a nap.
Took a nap?
Yeah, siesta.
Is that what we're gonna do after this? There's the hotel right there. Oh, wise one, tell me about this building right here.
It is a boarding house. It was around way back when this place had 600 people in it. It's looking kind of funny now because a mudslide came through and destroyed the remnants of most of the town. This one made it, except it ended up with a bunch of silt on the bottom.
Does that make up all the rest of the buildings that are left over?
As far as I know, that's it. Except, you know, up at the cemetery, there's a bunch of headstones.
(1868, 1909).
15 years old.
You know, the cemetery was different. That's probably one of the better cemeteries I've ever been to at a ghost town. The headstones were still pretty nice and well maintained.
All right, John, so we've seen the town of Pine Grove, which is cool.
Yep.
Seen the cemetery, but there's another ghost town, old mining town over the hillside here. Is that what you're saying?
That's what it shows on the map. I've never been there.
Really?
So this is Pine Grove right here. We'll loop around the west side, and then this is Rockland right here.
Whoever house this was a big house. I mean, not a typical miner's house. This was a big house.
2 ghost towns for the price of 1 ride. Now that's cashing in big time.